Hey, welcome back to the channel. Back in the garage today. Nice sunny day, but it's freezing today, so I'm not taking the bikes out. I actually have to go down and get a hockey stick for my son, which they're freaking expensive. But anyways, I thought I'd come on and talk about the Harley-Davidson CVO RR. Seems to be mixed reviews of this online, and I don't quite get it. But anyways, let's get into it. So I'm trying something new this year. Last year I had my bikes parked this way, so every time I'd drive in, I would park them this way. I'm trying them this way this year. I think it'll be easier to get in and out of the bikes, or with the bikes, provided my son doesn't have all his hockey gear in the way, and that's going to leave. Got to put it in the shed once all the snow is melted. But yeah, anyways. The new Harley-Davidson CVO RR, I think is what it's called. It's the 131. It's, you know, based on the King of the Baggers bike. Pretty cool machine. And the different reactions I keep seeing is the YouTubers that got to go and ride it or see it or whatever absolutely love it. And then all the ones that didn't get to go and see it and ride it, excuse me, are all complaining that, you know, $110,000 bike, you know, Harley-Davidson, and, you know, they're complaining about how expensive it is and it's out of touch and whatnot. There doesn't seem to be a neutral thing on it. Now, I think I'm more lukewarm than neutral, because one, this hasn't been done before. A couple of years ago, Indian had their Challenger race bike. Now, it was an RR, and they only made 29. Harley-Davidson's making 31. They're doing 31 because of the 131. Indian did 29 because the guy who won the Baggers, King of the Baggers that year, wore number 29, so they made 29. Now, the difference is, and that bike was $95,000. So it was expensive, just like the Harley-Davidson $110,000 price tag. The difference is the Indian one was just a race bike. It literally, you couldn't drive it on the road. Where this one here, at least it is roadworthy. So that's pretty cool. Now, the reason I say I'm lukewarm on it is, one, there's no way I'm spending $110,000 on a bike. I wouldn't be the lucky one of the 31 that would buy it anyways. I can't even bring myself to buy a brand new Harley-Davidson for, you know, 40 grand. So 110 is way past what I would be willing to spend on a bike anyways. But it's freaking cool. For all of you who haven't watched any of the YouTubers that have gone, I would watch Cruzy Originals, because he, like he says, he geeks out on it, and he actually starts asking a whole bunch of questions about the bike, about the geometry and the different parts and everything. And Kyle Wyman, who's the rider that races, he actually didn't know some of the questions. They had to bring in this spec guy, and even the spec guy didn't know some of the questions that Cruzy was asking. So if you are going to watch one, I would watch that one, because, I mean, it's a lot of spec sheet stuff, but it's pretty cool. But the reason why I'm more lukewarm on it is because I love when companies do cool stuff, and you got to admit this is cool stuff. And which Cruzy gets into is, like, they sell this. If they keep marketing it and bring down the cost of a lot of these things, some of this stuff might be available for our bikes. I know parts are super expensive for Harley-Davidson. I have a buddy that had, I think it was a 2022 Road Glide. And he spent something like, or he bought it for, I don't know, $45,000. Well, he spent more than that in upgrading it. Put a 128 engine in it. He did carbon fiber everywhere. He even did carbon fiber on the swing arm, different lights, sound system. Like, he spent so much money. I don't know if I can find a picture of it, because I always take a picture of it, because it's always at the motorcycle show, 905 Sports or something like that. They always have it there. But he spent so much money on it. So these parts aren't going to be cheap if they actually come out to the layman like us. But when companies do cool stuff, I just love it. Like, even Cadillac. I think of Cadillac, like, growing up, it's just an old man's car, right? They're nice vehicles, but, you know, you have to hit a certain age to get it. Well, they have that I don't know, Blackwing V or whatever it is that has the best sounding motor you could ever imagine, that big V8. They even have it in an Escalade. I mean, the Escalade, Canadian, it's over $200,000, so I don't know who's buying that, but I love the fact that they're actually making it. I'm a big F1 fan. Cadillac's actually joining F1 next year, so that could only mean better things for Cadillac. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I think it's a fantastic thing that Harley-Davidson's doing this. Yeah, I'm not going to be buying it. No, I would never spend that kind of money on a motorcycle. I wouldn't even spend half of that on a motorcycle. But the fact that Harley-Davidson's doing cool stuff can only be good things for us down the road. I'm hoping it's a trickle-down thing where we get some cool parts, because from, again, Watch Cruise the originals, they are talking about Screaming Eagle getting into the aftermarket. So it's not going to be your typical Harley Davidson part where it's more expensive, but it's not as good as the aftermarket. Apparently they are trying to get better in it. That could be complete fabrication. I don't know. That's just the way they were talking. But anyways, what do you guys think of this new $110,000 bike? Again, no, never ever going to spend that kind of money. But yes, I do love that the fact that Harley Davidson's doing stuff like this. I just think it will benefit us in the long run. But yeah, what do you guys think? Until next time, later.